Hi everybody, it's good to see you all. This is Ashley Mulcair. I'm so good. It's so good to see you all on Zoom. We are indeed recording. I'm so glad to see you all. We're going to start with some gathering music, so it's a good time to grab your candles if you have them. If you want to grab a cup of water or some tea, where I am, that would be iced tea. It's pretty hot here. Or if an extra pillow or rejudging your space would make you feel cozier, make your space feel more sacred, now's a good time to do that. As we get into worship, I invite you to sing along, make some noise, dance around in your space. The words to all the songs will be in the program and shared in the chat. The chat box is a key part of our online worship. And so get in there, share your greetings, your responses, whatever in the gathering is resonating for you. And now we'll invite you to share where you're joining from in the chat. And Matt is going to get us started with our gathering music.
Hey all, it's good to be with you, connected from afar. My name is Matt. I'm the Director of Community Life here at Sanctuary Boston and also the drummer in the house band. And I'm excited to start with this song. It's an old song, but with new words and also a new melody. Bright morning stars rising. The words are in the program that we're sharing in the chat, and also the lyrics will probably also be in the chat as well there. And last week was a big week for music in Unitarian Universalism. Not only did Sanctuary Boston release our first album, huzzah, amazing, but also the UU Association released their new hymnal for the first time in a long time. And this song is in both of them. So I invite you to sing along or percuss along or rock out or dance along at home. Here we go. Bright morning stars arise, and bright morning stars arise, and bright morning stars arise, and day is a breaking in my soul. Rise up and hear your calling, rise up and hear your calling, rise up and hear your calling. Day is a breaking in my soul. We'll raise a mighty chorus to sing out loud for justice. We'll raise a song in joyfulness. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, lift your voice to heaven. Oh, lift your voice to heaven. Oh, lift your voice to heaven. Day is a breaking in my soul. We'll dance across the morning dew. We'll dance and shout the whole day through. We'll dance and shout a song that's true. Day is a breaking in my soul. We'll dance this day in revelry. We'll dance here in good company. I know we're saved already. Day is a breaking in my soul. Friends, we're born into belonging, a people made for loving. A bright new day is coming. Day is a breaking in my soul. On earth as up in heaven, we'll build the world. Imagine grace in our hearts is fashioned. Day is a breaking in my soul. In faith we'll grow together. We'll build this world up better with love here at the center. Day is a breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars arising, bright morning stars arising, morning stars arising. Day is breaking in my soul. Day is a breaking in my soul. Day is a breaking in my soul. Day is a breaking in my soul. Good singing with you all.
If you knew me, would you save that? See free. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. If you love me, would you hold on to my hand? If you love me, would you finally understand? We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. What you need, I need too. What you are, I am too. 'Cause we're all the same under a different name. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. If you knew me, would you lift me from the ground? If you loved me, would you even hear me make a sound? We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. What you need, I need too. What you are, I am too. 'Cause we're all the same under a different name. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers. We're all blood, we're all blood, blood brothers.
In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, we mark this time together as sacred by lighting a chalice. If you are joining online, feel free to light a chalice, to light a candle or a chalice, or just take a few deep breaths to be present with yourself and with one another. When strangers meet, endless possibilities emerge. New experiences, new ways of understanding, and new ways of acting. When strangers meet, it is called to pay a special attention to the other. Each is called to serve something larger than the self. Today, this evening, let's light this chalice for openness, for willingness to grow, for the willingness to reach to the other, and for rich curiosity and common purpose.
Well, welcome all to Sanctuary Boston, a community of vibrant worship, even online, connecting across the distance, and a community of real connection. My name is Matt, and as I mentioned, I'm the Director of Community Life here at Sanctuary. It's such a joy to be together again. And I just wanted to share just a little bit about our community and our worship this evening. Some of what to expect. At every gathering, we have a community member or sometimes a special guest share a reflection on their spiritual journey and any wisdom they've gained along the way. And this evening, I'm so looking forward to our reflection being offered by Reverend Wabutsa, who just offered our chalice lighting. Reverend Webutsa is a Unitarian minister who founded a Unitarian church in Burundi, but because of his progressive religious community, because of the community organizing he was doing around his Unitarian values, faced some pretty terrible persecution and was kidnapped and imprisoned there. And he's going to share a little bit about what kept him going through a time of authoritarianism in his country, which is something I know I've been looking for, is stories of folks that have survived authoritarianism and found a way forward even when things were looking bleak, even when I am feeling scared of the future or feeling scared of the present, as has definitely been the case for me in the recent months. This is a community of music as well and ritual. So we'll also, as we said, going to be inviting you to sing along for all of our music tonight, and there will be a lot of music. We're also going to take some time to share joys and sorrows that you may be carrying in your heart this evening. And so I invite you to settle in, to zhuzh up your space, as Ashley said, to get comfortable, to do whatever you need to do to take care of your body, your heart, and your spirit this evening as we gather. You know, sanctuary is something we can find within ourselves, a still small voice, a moment of stillness and silence, a refuge. And it's also something that we can create together, even when times are hard, even when we're facing loss, when we're grieving or anxious. Whatever you're bringing this evening, we invite you to set it down if that's what's good for you, or hold on to it if you need to, but bring your whole self into this space. As we noted, we are recording, so if you'd rather not have your face shared on YouTube later, you can always turn your camera off. But if you're up for it, we invite you to leave your camera on so we can see your beautiful faces here together and see you singing or dancing along as you're so moved. With that, let's welcome each other into this space made holy by your presence with our words of welcome. I'll invite Carol and Lysandra to lead us in the words of welcome, and you can join in as well.
It's our practice to welcome each other into this space by reading these words of welcome. So I invite you to join me in reading whichever of them resonate for you.
Whether you go to church on Sunday morning,
or light candles on Friday nights,
whether you've been hurt by religion,
saved by it,
or some of both,
whether you're brand new to spiritual community,
or a seasoned seeker,
whoever you are, whatever you are,
wherever you are on your journey,
we welcome
you.
Now, let's continue our practice of welcoming. You can say hello to the whole group or individually in the chat box now.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Mark David Buckles. I'm the director of music here with Laura. We're going to sing a little song for you. I do not have most of my voice today, but Laura has several octaves that I don't have at the moment. So we're going to do our best here. Give me just a hot second to pull up the music around my own head on the computer so I can see what we're doing. Not that song, but this other song. This is a song by Joy Olatakun, If You've Got a Problem. It's a great song. If you don't know it yet, the chorus is pretty easy to join in on. When the light is gone and you're on your own, you've been trying but the fight never goes away, and you don't know when the sun will shine again. All you gotta do is look my way. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. Everybody needs something to believe. If you want, you can always put your faith in me. I don't know it all, but I know how it feels to fall. With a helping hand, you'll find your feet. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're lonely, if you're down and out, holding out for a better day, call out for me, I'll come running, and we'll find a better way. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you're standing at the bottom, I'll reach out for you. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. I will carry you through. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you got a problem, I got a problem too. If you need someone to lean on, baby, I can be strong. If you got a problem, I'll reach out for you.
Friends, some of you know that I come from Burundi, a beautiful small country in the central part of Africa. For much of my life, Burundi has been under different forms of authoritarian regime. And I lived there for more than 4 decades. And for that, all that time, I survived attacks with the guns and grenades, survived jail and torture, and survived being stripped of my dignity. And I eventually had to flee for my life, first from in Rwanda and then here in Canada. And my worry, even when all those things was happening, was that maybe I will not die, but that I would lose something precious in myself, that I will lose my passion, that I lose my sense of who I think or I thought I was. Today, I want to speak not only as a witness of what was done to me, but also some lessons that I learned of what helped me stay alive and whole, when it would have been easier to simply give up and be broken. I would like to note first that difficult times, authoritarian regimes, they may look different on the surface depending on the context. In some places, is police coming to your house in the middle of the night, beating you up and taking some members of the family. It may be people in uniforms and curfews searching everyone they meet on the road. In other places, maybe hashtags and surveillance. But underneath, all those regimes share a few things. They are dangerous to our bodies. They can touch, and they do touch our physical integrity. People get killed, or people die of consequences of decisions that people in power you make. They share the need to control our voices, to control our movements, and even trying to control our thoughts. They thrive on fear that they plant in people's lives, and people learn to walk on eggshells because they think everyone is watching everyone is listening to anyone. And the trust, which is probably the foundation of any community and a strong society, eventually erodes. And people start not to say anything, not to trust family members. They start to whisper instead of talking with confidence. But as I was going through all those things, I discovered something important, that I still had my imagination, my capacity to keep somehow freedom, inner freedom, and to project myself in a different place, in a kind of uncertain future. And I think this is important because when one is in danger of hurting or being hurt, the first order of business is to survive. And sometimes we feel, at least I felt, almost guilty for doing everything to survive. And surviving is important. We should all try to survive when we need to, when we are in danger. It's no time to think about, justice and legacy and long-term healing when what is at stake is surviving in a few minutes or a few hours. So I think I learned that when we need to, it's important to hide. It's important to think of ways for people who can save you. It's important to know who you can trust and who not to trust. It is important to ask all these questions. It's not selfish, it's critical. Because for us to help others, for me, if I wanted to help others who were in the same situation, survival was important, which was actually critical. To survive to tell the story, to survive so that fear, so that hurt, so that evil does not have the last word. And so surviving is important, and when the situation warrants it, we should not feel guilty for doing everything we can to survive. There is also the balance that we try to have about speaking up, about being out and trying to help others when we are not the ones in danger, and the cost of staying silent when we are not in the category immediately targeted. And this balance is difficult, and we may think, maybe that's not for me. But if we stay silent, something, even if we are not in danger personally, if someone is hurt and someone is killed, in a way, something dies in us as well. When we are not human enough, when we are not courageous enough to do something, say something, try something. And the question of how do we remain human? How do we remain the person we chose to be when times were good? How to remain a Unitarian Universalist with the same values that we know in a world that is trying to make us be afraid, scared, that is making us small and shrink, that in a way is stealing our values. When our co-workers, when our parents, and when our family members and neighbors are in danger, what do? It may be difficult to know what specific task to do. But in my opinion and my experience, trying to do something, even a small something, making a phone call, checking to know when the person is, how the person is doing, giving information, giving a heads up. The other thing that kept me going is, in a very strange way, that I kept looking to the future without certainty that the future was guaranteed. I remember when I was in the prison cell, especially in the evening, I would think about things, about the people who were trying to get me out, the people who were signing petitions, and people who were trying to build a world where things like those that were happening to me would not happen. And so looking to the future, in a way, dreaming for better days and better things, in a way helped me deal with the situation, helped me not give up. And as I worked for my survival, I was also not giving away my capacity to imagine, to keep hoping for a different world, to keep hoping for a different outcome. and to remind myself of my conviction that they may strip my dignity in front of people that I was leading at the time, and keep me in a cell, keep interrogating me. But there were things they could not do, things they could not take away. And my imagination, the capacity to think about possibilities was not taken away, or could not be taken away. And as I was thinking about the future, Fleming Chalice International was in a way born from that situation, from that dreaming. When I will think about the connection I had with people, a symbol kept coming to my mind. There was a flaming chalice. I knew many people were Unitarian Universalists who were fighting for me to get out. And that helped me to create a world that no one could take away, but also that was in a way projecting me to a different reality. Despite darkness, I could visualize a future that did not exist yet. I could dream beyond the walls of the cell. And imagination can be a form of resistance, a refusal to accept what is, and a willingness to try to think about other possibilities. When I was in prison, members of my congregation and some friends and family would come and spend almost all day outside my prison cell. And that was important for me to know that people were providing witness, they were resisting. But also they were as scared as I was. But even as the world was collapsing, when the situation was not clear, people were trying to build micro worlds, small safe spaces where they could talk, they could find and think about strategies of how to solve the situation. And this kept me and the people going and supporting each other, not just thinking about the fear and the hurt, but also supporting each other in a space that was safer, where there was trust, where there were a different reality than what they were living in the world that was living inside the cell. They were making a statement that together they felt stronger. They read together, they sang together, they strategized. And as these micro worlds were evolving both outside my cell, in other places, in Canada and US and Europe, wherever people were trying to help me they kept both the truth alive, but also courage when it was needed. It was a way to pass the courage around. It was a way to remind each other that we were more than what other people said we were, what people were trying to hurt us were saying. The other lesson I learned during those difficult times were that as we try to survive, as we dream for the possibility of a different world, as we try to build safer micro worlds, it is also something we need to convince ourselves of, that the good times will come. Because as we divide survival mechanisms and create micro safe worlds, we really need to also keep our eyes not just here, but to the future. We may choose to resent people, we may choose to resent our leaders. it may not help very much. And when I had the first opportunity to go back to Burundi, I went into 2022. I chose not to resent my country and to believe that something good will someday happen. This is still a work in progress for sure, but I thought it was another way to make that future possible, to just make a brief, small statement that a different world is possible. Because hard times cannot survive forever, but truth, but our commitment, our engagements, they stay for forever. Through the education, through the model we set, and through other people who we transmit those beliefs and those values to. And when those regimes fall, we have something still alive inside of us to offer to whoever is still around. So my question that I was asking myself, that we can all ask ourselves, is what are we building for when good times come? Yes, surviving is important. Yes, dreaming is important, but also building is critical. It's not enough just to resist, but to prepare. Because one day we need to build and live and share what we have built and prepared. If you spend years buried in fear, maybe opportunities to do something will come and you won't see them. We want to try to keep our fire going, however small, in different ways, that the fire does not go off in our deepest part of our lives, of our souls. I do not know when freedom would come, but I knew I wanted to still be myself, to still be passionate about helping my others and living my values when it finally arrived. Even in exile, even after torture, even with the scars, I believed I still had a choice to try to live the truth, a choice to try to dream of a beautiful, better world, and a choice to extend love in places where hurt is still present. We all know we cannot fight alone. I did not fight alone. Actually, more people fought for me than I did, because I could not fight. I made it through because others held the line with me and for me. And whenever we find ourselves in different situations, we need to make sure that we are holding the line for someone, for the people we know, the people we do not know, as people who need our help. I was not alone in the cell. I was not alone in the darkness, in the silence. The lesson was, we do not resist and fight alone. We do that together as a community. So friends, I say that in whatever form of hardship we face today, political or otherwise, we need to believe strongly that we are not powerless. We can refuse to hand over our souls. We can decide to keep our vision alive. We can decide to build micro worlds of courage and beauty. And we can prepare ourselves for the good times to come. But for that to happen, we need to stay whole. We need to stay human. We need to stay alive in our deepest parts, because if we are kind to each other and to ourselves, even when everything else is taken, we may be the person we said we want to be. We will say we fought the good fight. Thank you.
My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I catch a sweet, though far off hymn, some stranger's new creation. In all the tumult and the strife, I hear their music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? And though the tempest round me roars, everything true brings beauty. When the darkness round me close, the cradling night sings to me. Those storms will shake my inmost calm, while to the rocks I'm clinging. Somewhere love is shaking heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? I lift my eyes, the clouds grow thin. I see there's blue above it, and day by day the day's path comes, since first I learned to love it. These piecemeal hopes, this careworn heart, are fountains ever springing. All shall be well, all shall be well. How can I keep from singing? All shall be well, all shall be well. How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing?
Just beautiful. My name is Liz James, and I have been a member of Flaming Chalice International for 6 years now. I originally joined because my friend Mabutsa asked me to. Um, but over the years, I've become someone who invests a lot of time and resources into the organization, not just because my friend asked me to, but because I've watched firsthand how something really amazing and different is happening in that organization. I've been involved for pretty much my entire adult life, trying to be helpful on various charity boards and often doing overseas work. And I've seen firsthand that it is very hard to usefully help solve a complicated problem in another culture. There's just so many barriers to figuring out what's effective and what the pitfalls might be and who to work with in another context. And Flaming Chalice has a somewhat unique approach relative to the other organizations I've worked with. I usually used to work with organizations of people who had resources and cared about something, and they would come together and make a charity and go and try and help. And the challenge there is you're not from the context that you're trying to be helpful in. Flaming Chalice International's board is made up of 3 different people who are from the communities that we are working in and myself. And what I've seen over the years is that this is an incredibly effective way of helping, that the decisions for how money are to be spent are very wise, very careful. Things stretch, anticipated pitfalls are foreseen. It makes an incredible difference when the decision-making power is located with people who are from the community that you're helping. There's some pitfalls with that as well. The biggest one being is that boards often raise funds, and raising funds is hard if you're working with all people who are from the community you're helping, because they don't have the same connections as you would get with an all North American board, which is part of where I come in. I'm often helping with fundraising and things like that, since I'm not so helpful with the making decisions of how things are going to be done on the ground in those countries. The other challenge that I see is that the board members who are making these decisions are also people who are in the process of trying to rebuild a life. Like you heard in Mabutsa's story, there were a lot of challenges he faced, and then he came to Canada and had to create a life for himself and his family, and that can make it hard to have the same time as an all North American board would for various processes. And I've watched how they have created this lean structure that is incredibly effective, that is foreign to what I'm used to, that has been really helpful. If I can share one more brief thing on that topic of coming to a whole new culture and a whole new country and deciding in the midst of rebuilding something for your family, oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to create a charity and help others. I remember asking Mabutsa once, how did you do that? And he started by talking about the needs of the people. I said, you've misunderstood the question. I'm not asking why you did it. It makes sense why you did it, but like how? How did you have the hope and the wherewithal and the vision to do something so complicated in the middle of what would have been a really challenging personal time? And he told me a quote by St. Francis of Assisi, which is start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you will be doing the impossible. And we give to causes that are close to us. And I'm hoping that by sharing a little bit of my journey with Flaming Chalice International with you, I can bring that organization and those people and the amazing work that they're doing just a little bit closer. And so I would invite you to offer what's possible for you to a truly amazing organization doing incredible work. You can use the links in the chat box or donate to Venmo on Breeze, or find us directly at Venmo at Sanctuary Boston. Thank you so much.
shelter. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fade away. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. The fire is sweeping our very street today. Burns like a red coal carpet. Mad bull lost its way. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Oh, a storm is threatening my very life today. If I don't give some shelter, yeah, I'm gonna fade away. Oh, children, it's just a shot away. It's just a shot away. Whoa, children, it's just a shot away. 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 Give me love, my brother. It's just a kiss away. 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 It's just some love away. Let's give 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 some love away.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
We arrive together, bringing all the joys and sorrows of our complex lives with us this evening. Some of us arrive here wrestling with difficult things, feeling the pain of a broken world around us and within us. Some of us arrive full of blessings, brimming with gratitude. We invite you to write any sorrows that you're carrying in the chat box now. As sorrows shared are burdens lightened. And as always, if you'd like a member of the spiritual care team to reach out to you, please email sanctuarybostonspiritualcare@gmail.com.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
And now we invite you to share any joys in your life in the chat box. As joys shared are joys magnified.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
I invite you to breathe deeply, to be present in this space we are creating here together. I invite you to join me in a spirit of prayer. Love that holds us Spirit of love that offers us strength and offers us rest, be with us as we are with each other this evening. Spirit of the ancestors who shaped the world we inhabit today, remind us that we are every day shaping this world for the future. Spirit of the ancestors who reminds us that we are part of a long tradition, a tradition of building community, of building resistance, of offering sanctuary to one another in the most difficult times. Be with us as we are with each other, offering sanctuary this evening, reaching out across the distance to each other and building for tomorrow. Spirit of courage, may we pass you along one to the next, giving and receiving courage when we need it the most. Courage to fight when we might want to hide. Courage to rest. Courage to get up in the morning when that seems the hardest thing to do. Courage to go on even when we have lost too much, even when we're hurting. Spirit of courage, be with us as we are with each other. Spirit of imagination and possibility, remind us that today is not the end of the story. Remind us that we are building for the future. Remind us that a new world is possible. Remind us to keep dreaming, to keep imagining. And Spirit of love, be with us in all of it. May we rest in your love when our hearts are broken and aching. May we celebrate in love through all the small joys and celebrations of our lives, the reconnections with friends, the daily justice work, the community building, the small celebrations and graduations and connections and reconnections and successes of our days and our weeks. Love be with us in all of it as we are with each other in the grief as well as the gratitude, in the sorrows as well as the celebrations. Love, hold us as we hold each other. May it be so, and amen. I invite you to join along in singing Sanctuary. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew.
Friends, as we finish this time together, may we all fight and survive and thrive without losing our soul. May we all dream even when the night seems long. May we continue to build small walls of peace and sanity wherever we stand. May we never carry our burdens alone, but let solidarity become our protection. And when the world stays hard, a little too long, may our spirit remain whole, unbroken, and free.
I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family, and there is sorrow in my town. There is panic across the nation, and there is wailing the whole world round. But I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. May the children see more clearly, and may the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it burns our eyes. 'Cause I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my two fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. For I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. 'Cause I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change.
Thank you, Ashley, for your song and for your music. Thank you, Mark, David, and Laura and Jerry as well for your music. And Reverend Mabutsa, what a gift to hear some of your story and some of your wisdom, something my heart has really needed lately. And I'm so grateful to have you with us this evening again. Thank you. Thank you. Can we all give another gratitude? Our